Kate Melville is an award-winning Canadian playwright and screenwriter who has finally taken the leap to feature films with her directorial debut, Picture Day. Starring Tatiana Maslany as a young rebellious teenager straddling the line between adulthood and adolescence, Picture Day premiered at this year's Toronto International Film Festival to high praise and was a runner-up for Best Feature in the Discovery programme. Maslany, who has appeared in such films and TV shows as grown-up movie star and Being Erica, delivers a stellar and memorable performance in the lead, and if she didn't have our attention before, she certainly does now. We spoke with the star and director during the festival to get their take on the film. How did you come to the concept of it? I hear it's had quite a long evolution. Why don't you tell us about it?
Picture Day, the characters of Picture Day, originally I started writing them when I myself was in high school, and that was 20 years ago, so I hope to write faster next time. But I think it actually gave me a really interesting perspective on high school and on being young and then being not so young and what you learn about yourself looking back.
I mean, when I was in high school, I wrote as well.
Yes.
And everything that I wrote, I wouldn't show to anybody. So how did you keep up the evolution of Picture Day?
Well, like we have those old Picture Day photos from high school that just make us cringe, I have old drafts of Picture Day that I cannot look at all.
I mean, obviously you will love the characters, each one of them for different reasons. Tell me what you love about them.
It's a great question. I think what I love about Claire is how bold she is. Henry, I feel probably the closest personal connection to. If it is at all autobiographical, I'm totally Henry and not Claire, so not that cool.
Notice at the end of the movie, you actually put in worst picture days of the cast.
The first, they were really, really good sports. It's like a little treat. If you stay till the end of the closing credits, you get to see Stephen and Spencer and Tatiana's Picture Day photos. I feel like it's just like a wonderful PSA that the most beautiful people on earth were a little bit dorky looking at some point.
How will Canadian audiences be able to connect with Picture Day?
I think it has, I was looking for a balance where if you're in high school now and maybe not liking it so much, it's not the best years of your life, it certainly wasn't mine, I think that kids that age would really enjoy Picture Day. And at the same time, I think it does offer a kind of look back and an authenticity, hopefully, that appeals to people my age who remember it as a pivotal time in their lives. Like, I think the great thing about high school is we all go through it.
Now, you have a great website.
It is picturedaythemovie.com.
It's Picture Day tomorrow.
Really? It's Picture Day?
Next. Just take a seat. Yeah, turn your knees just a little bit that way. Good. Smile.
I love the movie. Thank you. That was a big character to play.
Yeah.
Tell me about getting the role and taking on the character.
Well, I met with Kate about a year before we shot the film, and she gave me the script and wanted to know what I thought of it, and I loved Claire. I fell in love with Claire. I thought she was so fascinating because she's kind of those girls in high school that I wanted to be and that I thought had it all together. But really, when you kind of dig into Claire, she's very vulnerable and has like a lot of defenses up, which make her kind of cool and kind of aloof and kind of hard to reach and hard to kind of get. But I think that's what's so fascinating about her is that at her core she's actually very vulnerable and very afraid and lonely, you know, alone and wants love like everybody, but comes off as I don't need you kind of thing. So yeah.
It was her relationship with her mom that I thought was particularly provocative, you know, like her mom constantly rebuffed that.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of nicely done too, the way that Kate sort of placed it in little increments. It wasn't, you know, heavy-handed or anything, but you kind of just get a sense of why Claire doesn't feel like she deserves love, because she just was never kind of given it overtly. You know, of course her mother loved her, but, you know, there's something about a parent whose thoughts are elsewhere that makes a kid feel a little bit like they're not important. You know what I mean? So I think that's definitely where Claire comes from, obviously. So that's where it's nice to see her and her home, to see then why she is that way in the world, kind of thing.
I'm Spencer Van Wyck, and I'm in Picture Day.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the movie is?
Okay, well, Picture Day is this amazing coming-of-age film that's about this girl named Claire, and she has to take high school over again. She has to take grade 12 again. And she doesn't really have any friends in high school anymore, so she kind of is trying to find different ways to just handle life right now. So she'll hang out with my character, who's Henry, who's a grade 9, and he's kind of quiet, but she used to be his babysitter. It's just about how she's living her life and everything.
Maybe he feels like she has it all together because she was older and more mature, and you kind of see that, you know, she's influencing him, but he has it more together. Tell me about your development of your character.
Well, after reading the script, I kind of realized how Henry's the kind of character who he's in his little bubble. He doesn't really like to explore anything. He's not very adventurous, and he likes that. I think the reason why he did fall in love with Claire was because it was just the first person who was ever there. I love that he's quiet, and he's just to himself, because everyone knows that kid in high school. Everyone knows the Henry, but no one really knew him at all. Like, they knew him, but they didn't get to know him. So that's what I love about this film. It was just a way to get to know that type of character that everyone kind of knew in high school.
Pretty sure that's impossible.
No, I thought it would be impossible, but it's totally true.